G'day, Jono Brake here, co-founder of Business in Bare Feet. And today I'm going to talk to you about leading a team of one. Now, we've been through a bit of a journey discussing commitment, discussing escalation of commitment, understanding how to bring mentors and people around you into that. So let's talk about you, the soloist, you, the business owner, you, the person at the head of your business that's feeling like, okay, you're a bit isolated from the rest of your group, and so, or you might just be on your own. And so we want to talk about how you build a business around you that reflects who you are, that reflects the conviction that you have. So we're going to talk about 4 C's today. We're going to talk about conviction, we're going to talk about culture, and we're going to talk about commitment and then carrying it out. Okay, you might say commitment and carrying out the same thing, but let's go there anyway. Okay, so I've already discussed that you are on your own at some level, so you're feeling a little bit isolated, feeling a little bit like, okay, I could do with something else around me. So what's the culture you're trying to create? What's the business you want to be? And I'm working with businesses that, they're in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and some of them, they haven't even really decided who their culture, what their culture is, what they're really on about. They're a bunch of passionate guys, really good at what they do, but it's, and so what I want to encourage you is not to get to that space where, you've grown your business substantially and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need to have a culture now. It's very, very hard to retrofit and keep a business growing successfully. So let's talk about these things. So the first thing is we need to understand that we're building something bigger than us. Okay, we talked about this in commitment, setting a vision, understanding why you're doing what you're doing, something that is much more than we are. If all we're doing is just building a business for ourselves, just for my little pocket and for my little wallet, then at the end of the day, no one will buy into that, not even your customers. You might get a few sales, but really at the end of the day, you're buying yourself a job. And if that's for you, then go for it. But I think really in life and as human beings, we want to, in fact, one of our core needs is not only to grow internally, but to also contribute externally. And so I want to talk more into that space. People who are thinking, yep, I want to take this further, I want to grow, I want whatever's around me to benefit from who I am and what I'm on about. And the great entrepreneurs, have always thought about the bigger picture, what they can do, why they do what they do. If you think about any great companies like Apple or Southwest Airlines or any in the Virgin Group, all these businesses, it's not just that they're multi-billion-dollar businesses today, they've grown because they've had that bigger picture, that bigger why. Okay, so that's the conviction. The second part is the culture. So around the conviction and a mixture of who you are and how you want your business to play. For me, it's about serious business, but having fun while we're doing it. So it's a conversation. It's why everyone calls me Jono in business. And so, it's that space of, okay, this is a very serious deal, but at the end of the day, let's enjoy the ride as well. If it's our own business, we might as well enjoy that run, right? Okay, so the culture, what culture? Not everyone wants to have a fun culture. For some it could be a cheap and cheerful. For some it could be great customer experience. For some it could be, it might be much more serious. It might, more the legal kind of process, and we just need to keep things just like that. Okay, so wherever it is that you sit, you need to know. And if you look at brands all over the world, they know their niche, the successful brands anyway, they know their niche, they brand accordingly, and they have the according conversations. So knowing the culture you want to create, the kind of people you want to bring into your team, that's going to be the most important. Because the culture you create will bring the right people around you, and the right people will deliver on the right clients as well. And so clients love the culture, not just the business. And then you're no longer just part of the price club. Okay, so that's the cultural piece. So what about the commitment? Well, the commitment is a desire to take action, okay? We haven't actually taken action yet, but it's a desire to take action. So this is where you would set your goals. This is where you would set the objectives around your goals. What are the things we need to achieve? When do we need to achieve them by? Who's got to achieve them? And what's it going to look like when we get there? Why is this even stuff we're doing anyway? And so always looking at those simple things, picking on 1 or 2 or 3 things and just going after those things and executing, then picking on something new and going after and executing. Setting goals, achieving goals, celebrating victory, all those sorts of things. That's the commitment. That's the commitment part. Okay, what are we going to set? Where are we going to go? And what's it going to give us when we get there? Okay, so that's the commitment part. And then there's, of course, the carrying it out. So this is the action piece. Okay, so now we've got to deliver on it. So now this is where the rubber hits the road. It's all well and good. We've done all the, we've set the culture. We've got a conviction. We've set the culture. We've committed to a certain set of goals and objectives. And now we're actually carrying it out. Nothing happens until we take action on something. And that's the truth in life and in business. Well, business is just an extension of life anyway. So nothing happens until you take action. So take action. You must be taking action. That sometimes is getting over fears, might be getting over hurts, it might be getting over, or it could be just pursuing stuff you've always pursued. But at the end of the day, you must take action. You must do the things that you say you'll do and set the times, because the rewards, or if you don't do it and you don't achieve it anyway, how will you know? How will you know how to fix things? Okay, so being able to reset. So let's talk about what we need to do action-wise out of this video. If your business was much bigger than you, what culture would you want? Okay, so we're talking to party of one here. If your business was much bigger than you, what kind of culture would you want? What would you write? What's the story of that business? What's the, let's look at it 10 years out. You've got 100 staff, you might be doing, 50 to 100 million revenue, and you've achieved low turnover. People love working there. People are the right people. So who are these people? What do they look like? What backgrounds have they got? What are they doing with you? That's really important for you to future pace out and think about what it looks like now in the future, so that you can then set the culture right now. So what are the values you need to put around that? So they obviously need to play out of you, not just the usual integrity, honesty, respect, whatever, making money. What are the values that mean something to you and that will mean something to the team that you're going to bring around, that are going to help you deliver on your culture? Let's write those down today. Let's get that down into our journals and then think about how you're going to begin to build that culture. So if that's what it looks like, what do I need to do this week to start going there? Maybe you've got to reset your vision and values, and we can help you with that. Maybe you need to think about, if you've already done that and maybe they need re-energizing, or maybe they need better communication, and we can help you with that too. And there's other people that can help you with that as well. So think about those. That's your action step for today. This video's gone a little bit longer than normal. I try and keep them to 5 minutes, but I appreciate your time. I'm Jono Brake, co-founder of Business in Bare Feet. Have a great day.